maybe we'll do a Sunday sermon later, but I think this is what you want for Sunday. Car audio and electronics, August of 1996. This is my heyday. I was still in the Air Force. Little did I know I was going to get an early out and get the fuck out of there. So, some of these ads you've seen before. Python. There you go, the Mean Machine. 24 dB Linkwitz Riley crossover. Is it variable? Doesn't look like it. You know, it's funny. A lot of people want the old amps back, right? It's like, but if they're so good, why doesn't the company just keep making them? Answer that one. I mean, because if it's a winning product, right, and it's makes some money, right? Why wouldn't they keep making it? Sometimes it's actually a sourcing problem. Mark Fukuda. So, is that, yeah, that is Mark's. So, got some good info on his ex-wife. That was kind of funny. Thanks to Jonathan Demuth. See, this is the shit right here. I had a couple of these. In fact, I had one running on the shop stereo until it just finally just made the smoke come out. So one of my, so those are the subs or a version. They also came out with the Super Pro version, which I don't know if it was real Kevlar or fake Kevlar or whatever, but it was really cool. And I mean, the magnet wasn't too big, but for home audio, that was fucking great. So, but Legacy is just a sister brand for Pyramid. So, and then what I found out, like this tweeter looks very similar to, I think it was called the I forget. God damn it. 20. Anyways, it was a little silk dome that we used to buy. And then I'd take off the Pyramid badge and then sell it as the Hard Times tweeter. Mobile Dynamics. There's ADS. That's a good shot of ADS. Some people. Hear the difference. Careful component matching. Lies. Lies, lies, lies. They would just put labels on the back that said A and B. They didn't really listen to them. They fooled you. Haha. Let's see. Oh yeah, people love these fuckers. So US Amps actually got their start in MRI machines. So magnetic resonant imaging. They're like, how hard is it to make an amp that's super clean? There you go. You know, they sold them for shit ton of money. Graffiti sound. You want to just trash the neighborhood. Paramount. I'm sure they got a little trouble with Paramount. Pictures. Seen these. You guys have seen these before. Here we go. Here we go. Dyna Audio. MD140. So it's probably 140 millimeter. 3-inch soft dome. What's the FS? 500 FS. So good job. $169 each. A little expensive. A little expensive for something that costs $5 to make. Circuit Shitty. Look at that. Only $500 for Alpine. There you go. That was one of my... it's actually a really good idea. The hose into the back thing. However, it looks ridiculous. And so, didn't sell. PPI was, if we make it, they will buy it. Just dumb shit. you don't need, that they build into amps now. So get all the power you paid for with a sloppy fucking step-up transformer. I remember I went to CES one time and I said, hey, isn't this just a step-up, step-down transformer? And he goes, it's an audio transformer. I go, yeah. Isn't this just a step-up, step-down transformer? He's like, it's an audio transformer, sir. I was like, oh, okay. All they did was polish it up. And so step-up, step-down transformers like 110 to 220 is pretty common. So, and then there's a bunch of other ratios that are just off the shelf. And then they just polish it up and put a sticker on it. You can do it too. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it came back as a trend. So, because, you know, people are obsessed with taking their amps down to insanely low impedance loads. I don't know why. It's you know, for me, I did the same thing until I understood what was really happening. And you don't need to fucking run a half ohm or whatever you think you're fucking running. It's just music. Just play the music. I need to get maximum bass. And it's like, and then, you know, there's so many other things you got to improve if you want to be able to do hair tricks and shit like that. XPL. It's got an X in it. Did I skip a page? Nope. Pretty basic setup. I mean, it's clean, sure. You can tell he just vacuumed the carpet. Right? So. There you go. The old heat sink, the DSM. Come on, dude. You could have gotten Rockford subs. But you went with stupid Alpine. Those don't even look like real Alpines. They look like fake Alpines. Made in USA. Probably made by Concept or Eminence. So made by hillbilly women instead of sweaty little Chinese dudes. Ugh. JVC. I like these too. They were very low profile. It was very nice. Just you had to go wider to keep the heat sink large enough. So here's that dude's thing. He's got the 4080 and then a pair of 500Ms, which is way too much fucking power for those guys. There you go. There you go. There you go. That kid's probably a drug addict by now. Well, you know, child stars, they grow up. I got the from the wife. She's like, please don't disparage children. She's like, please don't disparage children. I'm like, you know, I miss the good old days when children with their little, what was that? Was on SNL. Adie Bryant had the best lines of the night. She was talking about how those children have the little tiny hands to get the best coal out of the mine. This is the Intense. So I think I've mentioned it before. The first gen, they forgot or they overlooked the fact that real carbon fiber, which is what this was, real carbon fiber conducts electricity, right? That in a carbon arc spotlight, that's exactly what they are. They're carbon rods that you're arcing, also known as an arc light. But yeah, see, woven carbon fiber has incredible rigidity when really just the resin is what is. And so some of these also forgot to get resined too, by the way. So, but the leads they put through, they didn't put insulator. You need insulated tinsel. And so they forgot, and then they were arcing out. So, and that's the NT guy. Ultra high temperature adhesives for incredible 1,000-watt power handling. 1,000 watts. This guy again. The bro. Yo, man. You ever heard of grunge? I got my flannel. You got your woofers? Optima. When Optima realized there was another market for their dumb batteries. Is this before Johnson Controls? Yeah, this is before Johnson Controls. Not that there's anything special, just it was like this one was actually a dry cell back in 90s. No, earlier than that. It was like a giant Duracell battery where you had 6 cells, all 2 volts in series. Stop. Hammer time. I don't know what this is all about. Yeah. It's a lot of work for a shoot, man. That's all. They had to spray water down first, and they got the lights right. Is this an ad? What is this? Premiere testing. Oh, this is for Pioneer. And then tiny little pictures for the equipment. Dumb. Mistake right there. Mistake. People don't want to see some stupid guy in boots. They want to see airplanes and stuff that, 5-year-old them freaks out about. Canton. That used to be a thing. I want to say Germany, but I don't remember. I remember seeing a lot of Canton samples when we cleared out Orion in the test lab. Not that they're any good, but typically a company like that is the standard, and then what happens is everybody else copies them. NWA Greatest Hits, yes, thank you. The world's most dangerous group. Well, this guy anyway, so don't suck his wiener, you'll get AIDS. So, but let's see, what else? Fun hitting 40. A perfect score 40 RTA. It's really easy. All you do is take compressed air and on the mic. And guess what? You get like a 38, I think. It's dumb. It's dumb. Always tune your car to what you like. And then if people get in and don't like it, tell them to fuck off. That's the easiest thing to do. Oz audio. Whatever. It's good to be number 1. Watch out for number 2. Expert advice. Number 2 is the shit, I'm telling you. I got busted breaking into a car parked right next to the owner's house. These are criminals. No black people in there. That's racist. So they forgot about the Mexicans and the Asians, man. Mexicans and Asians steal shit too. Sound in D3. Look at that fat ass. Before that Instagram thing with the bunny ears. Look at that. And why is she sucking that gator's dick, dude? She must be from Florida. That shit happens in Florida. I don't know what's going on here. This looks like the Matrix. There you go. That's pretty clean. Not made for children. Demo vehicle for MTX. Look at that. All that work, and your children are at home starving. Oh yeah, I remember this guy. Bzz, bzz. See? Bzz, bzz, bzz in your shitty car. So dumb. Guys in their dumb cars. It's like I wish they just had like what was it? There's this movie in the 80s called what is it called? Nick Danger and the Case of the Missing Yolks. And there's a faux advertisement in there called Booby Chew. Booby chew. And so anyways, it's a hormone gum, and the girls chew on it, and then their boobies get bigger. It's fun. And then it says for guys too, so the guys can get bigger. I wish they would come out with Booby Chew or Wiener Chew or whatever for guys instead of all this dumb speaker shit. So like, gotta polish them rims. See, dude, if you have real money, you have people for that, right? And if you have really, really good money, you give up all of that and you go, that's dumb. I'm just going to have a Tesla drive me around. Or you drive around in a jetpack. That would be good too. So, remember, this is from 1996. So some of the artwork is, this is a little bit outsider artwork. There you go. That's the pornography you guys want on a Sunday. Those are really cool too. The downside for chrome plating, by the way, is it doesn't allow the sink to breathe properly. Does that make sense? It's a nickel coating. It's actually not chrome. It's a nickel coating and then usually polished. It actually has trouble. The best heat sink is either just raw aluminum or one that's been anodized black. So just so you know. But again, you're talking about It depends on the conditions, the ambient conditions, if there's a fan on it and all that kind of stuff. So in fact, if you put any moving air on a heatsink like that, you get automatically 3 times, as if the heatsink is 3 times larger. Pro Series, that means it's used by professionals. Just a soft silk dome. Doesn't have any parameters. Again, I was actually, somebody was commenting about the tweeter thing, and they felt like I was being a little, not a little bitch, but a little unfair by, saying that, most tweeters are the same and things like that. Mama, will you give sis her food? Thank you. The audiophile subwoofers, right? If Rockford can do it, they can do it. It's there is a balance in where the frequencies that you want the tweeter to play, and what's safe for it and things like that. But really, the only thing that makes a tweeter special is a low FS and then very good power handling, which means a very strong motor. So even though it's only like a little slug of neo, you imagine the whole diaphragm is connected to the voice coil. So imagine a 15-inch woofer with a 15-inch voice coil. It's pretty awesome. So, but that a tweeter can do what it can do. So the mid and the tweeter are the ones that play the most octaves, by the way. So they're just it's just easier because there's less. Are you guys really interested in this? I think I'm losing you. I think you guys are falling asleep. Somebody said they fell asleep to my voice. I was like, ugh, gross. You're in love with B. Arthur or somebody like that. That's one of the Golden Girls, by the way. So if you don't know, all the same. All these are the same. All these are the same. Oh, I have these knobs right here. Well, they're not this one, but at one point in the late 80s, early 90s, Rockford Fosgate was producing, when they bought Hafler, they were producing Rockford branded home audio. And I have some of those knobs, and those are really nice. So if you want those, hit me up. They were made for the JF200, which was the John France Hafler version, and then what was the other one called? The RF200, which was the preamp, and then the RF2000, which was the 2 kilowatt home amplifier with the clipping indicators on it. There you go. That's the sliders that everybody likes. And then they make the double boom boom, which is not correct. It should actually be very low, and then it goes progressively up. That's it. That's what most people like. And the reason you do that is because this equalizes your whole system. And so the mids have a tough time doing the bass. And so if you keep these low, it helps them do their job better. And you go, well, Patrick, I want bass. I like the bass. Well, guess what? Your bass amplifier has its own equalizer. It's called a bass boost. And for some reason, you guys are like allergic to that shit. It doesn't hurt anything. You got to just use it properly. So the maximum you should turn it up to is plus 12. And that's only if it's sealed. Now this is cute. A bit excessive. And what's funny is in those recoil DSPs. Oh, I found the company that I found the brand name. It's a weird brand name. I'll post it in this listing on the software to try for the recoil DSPs. So, but anyways, the recoil DSPs have this 31 band EQ per channel. So fancy pants right there. This was one of my favorites. They had all that shit built into the head unit. I loved it. So lots of preamp outputs. It's the best thing is to have the DSP built into the head unit. That's really the best thing. But the problem is that if this breaks, or you have any problems with it, or someone steals it, you're fucked. Because now it's like, $1,200. Something like that. ESN technology. Yeah, ESN technology. That was the dumbest shit. Because if you didn't have the disc, you were fucked. Even if you bought it. Rockwood, there you go. See? Nirvana of driving. They're stealing from Nirvana. So, well, and Nirvana stole from Nirvana. Become one with the car stereo. Rockwood. You guys may have, of course, Rockwood, and then the other brand was Kenford. Of course, those are, they're stealing from Kenwood. Instead of saying Kenwood, they say Kenford. And the Ferd is from Rockford. And this is Rockwood, Kenwood, Rockwood. Get it? That's why it's called a knockoff brand. But American Hi-Fi actually imports a lot of great stuff. I'm a big fan of theirs because of the value that they provide the market. The value. Now, this little sub, I'm sure, is made for other companies, but if you just cover it up or spray paint it or whatever the fuck it is, you can resell it and nobody's going to judge you, right? And if they judge you anyway, fuck them. Like if you're moving hair, fuck off. It doesn't matter what brand it is. That's what I say. Fultron. I kind of take that back to the statement about, I wish, you guys could chew some gum and grow their wiener. So, but that's one of the reasons why guys really love car audios, because they have small wieners. So me personally, I have a baby leg with a toenail on the end. That's how big my penis is. And so I kind of take that for granted sometimes. In fact, my buddy Jared Quinteros, in high school, I was fucking around at the plate glass window, and I put myself up on the window and was like, ha, bleh, like I was like smashed up against the window. And my brother, I did not know, was behind me, and he pantsed me. And so, of course, my penis is pressed up against the glass. And then after that, Jared decided to call me soup can after that. So, because my penis was as large as a Campbell's chunky soup can. That's how big it was. It was disgusting. It was the fucking cheese wheel, man. So, but you know what? That gives you more confidence than you know. So, I recommend having a big penis for every guy. So, you want to stretch out them vaginas. The wife's vagina, though, oh my God, it's like an old catcher's mitt now. It's been like sewn up so many times. I've ripped her from seam to seam. Oh, she's got to put medicine on it all the time. I'm like, hey, you want to? And she's like, no. So here's the shit right here. 1996, classic Lightning Audio. This is what I was telling you about the other day. Lightning Audio was the miracle in the car audio industry because they had created an entire brand around accessories. It wasn't until right before Rockford bought them that they were producing subwoofers and amps and all that kind of stuff via Michael Johnson, who has designed many, many, many really great looking things for the car audio industry. So I'll link to his LinkedIn page too, so you can see his resume. It's really good work. So we have a shit ton of these. I have a shit ton of the 4s and the 3s as well. So, and I thought about, I still want to make them my own carbon capacitors. What was it? It would be about this size, but it would be 60 kilofarad. So, but, again, I have to pay bills, and I don't have time to research that. It's not a priority, I should say. So, and it's funny, it's like I go, this morning I go, hey babe, let me borrow your phone. Because I like to use up her data. I gotta go make a baby with the trash can. And so, I go out there and straighten up my porn collection, and then that always ends the same way. So, but, oh yeah, here's Noise Killer I was telling you about. They just put a nice cool sticker on it. But, yeah, it was just it wasn't epoxy, but it was like a crust that was hard and sort of stiffened this up, but also added mass to keep it from dinging. And this is the Rockford version called Noise Killer. So I think Rockford took a stab at it and then didn't make it. And then by the time, maybe it was at both companies at the same time, I don't know. It was actually from a third-party vendor that serviced both companies, and Larry Van Sickle at Lightning Audio had the other version. I was telling you about that. You shake it up, shake weight, and then we would have to drill a hole in the can and spew it all over. So, and then they would just make it a different color. So this one was blue for Rockford, and then the Lightning Audio had gray. So, because I remember I used like 12 cans of that shit all over the place in my, yeah, you know what's really good for keeping your car quiet? The foam gaskets around the doors. That's really the best thing. And make sure that there's no air leaks. So this guy won a lot of trophies. This was really cool. I wish they would show off the bed. I think he had the gold-plated punch woofers going down the bed and then into the cabin. So, but this was after he was like, fuck you, Rockford. I'm going to go with Lanzar. The switch is on. Yeah. The switch is on. Oh, yeah. Leroy Gonzalez. Oh, yeah. The switch. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, there. Oh, he changed it up. There you go. See? Gold-plated Lanzar Pro woofers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, they were isobaric too. Fancy. The switch is on. Pure American. Akana. That looks like a ZZ Top car. Those bagels smell good, babe. That's cute. Who is that? Earthquake? Who is that? Sherwood. Oh, a fucking waste of time. Jesus Christ. Sherwood. Somebody loves Sherwood. You know, and Sherwood, I think, is owned by the Jensen Audiobox group. Again, nothing wrong with them. It's just, you know, if you're going to spend all that time on that thing, you better have some fancy shit. There you go. This guy's got domestic violence problems. No boundaries. Common sense. Technical innovation. Sheer fucking power. Yeah, those were some of my favorite amplifiers. They were just really unique at the time, and nobody else was using robots to put amps together, so it's cute. Name, they used to sell stuff, mostly car audio videos before the internet. See? And it was helped to get MECEP certified, which is total bullshit. Life is short, speak clearly. HF high frequency speakers. Nice soft dome, but it looks like a shitty mid. There you go. 8-inch rubber surround polywoofer for $13. The speaker component source. Tweakers rejoice. This was before methamphetamines, you know. So maybe it wasn't. No. 1996, there was tweakers. They just weren't, they were more like crack cocaine tweakers. Crack cocaine was big. It was popular. There you go. Portrait of a Sound Junkie. And that's the Olympian series. I like those amps too. The X ones, you could, they were modular. You could take out the end plate, I think. It's kind of a cool idea. There you go. Let's see. Quasi pushing a can, something, blah, 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 patent pending, parallel output system. I don't know. Whatever. One nation under a groove. Out of Freehold, New Jersey. The Tweaker's Choice, the clear winner, EQT. More, and the second ad from MCM. Boy, how much money are you going to make on a $13 woofer? You know what I mean? Oh, and thank you for Nicky Franz. Frazen, he was telling me about the sound of a twister or tornado. That's what that was. So, you know, it's like bazooka, like this is the nerd, the top nerd of the nerds. How to design a car audio system. Keep it simple. Yes. Work backwards and use the magic card trick. I don't know what that means, but definitely keep it simple. You can overcomplicate, like Mike Mineo, he can definitely overcomplicate everything. God, what a douchebag. Bostwick, people will notice that you're using Bostwick. Bogart, Georgia. There you go. There's a good name for a city. Don't Bogart all the nachos, bro. Rules of the game. There you go. 11-year-old's dream. The Nopi Nationals. Mother's Milk. You want base? You better get the right box. The Ultimate Prefab from QLogic. Actually, QLogic prefabs are not bad at all. So again, most people benefit from prefabs because it's hard to find a good quality box builder in your area. So I hope that you would step up and be the guy to do that. So even if you only have like, you know, a circular saw, Mike Q Daddy Quesada taught me that you can do a lot with just a regular circular saw and a jigsaw. So, and he would make some really kick-ass boxes. And then also you can always cover your mistakes with carpet. So that was always great. Oh yeah, the OEQ2. I wanted to comment a little bit about this. This was basically what it is a parametric equalizer. So, and they actually had parametric equalizers in this style too. I forget, but what it does is it allows you now Rockford Fosgate named it frequency warp. What it really was you could choose what frequency you wanted to boost or cut. And that's it. That's what it is. That's what parametric equalizer is. And, you know, and the marketing behind it was like if you have problem areas, right? Like if you're not getting enough of something or you have too much of something, that's what it's good for, because then what you can do is you can take two bands and warp them together to really help that problem area. But that's the funny thing is if you design the system right and you use simple components, you actually don't have any problem areas. And then most people just, like I said, you want to use that equalizer up steadily. Most people just don't have enough tweeter and they like more tweeter. That's one of the reasons why John France became famous at Rockford. I don't know if he invented it or if he just invented the application for it, which was the punch EQ. And so basically the punch EQ was a boost at 45 hertz and then another one at, I think, 16 kilohertz. And so that's what the punch EQ, it was one knob and you just turned it up and it would basically make the EQ go on both. It'd give you more bass and it'd give you more treble. And what's funny is on the old XTR amps, they just had like a turbo button version of the same thing. So, and it was plus 12 on both sides, if I remember right. So, but that's what the punch EQ was. And that's what made the difference between regular stuff like from Jensen and Audiovox and Rockford. That's it. Bass EQ, punch EQ. They called it, there was bass EQ, which was just the lower frequency. And then it was the punch EQ when it was both frequencies. And that's it. That's all they did was they boosted the treble and they boosted the bass. And that's what made them famous, dude. It's the dumbest thing in the world, but that's what people want. So you got to remember, you always got to balance between what is stupid and what you want. I think that's the lesson here. Right, babe? Yep. See? There you go from the Gooby. I love you guys. Have a good Sunday. I'll see if I can pump out some more videos and content for you this week. And love one another. Remember to give the weirdo that you know a hand job, because only handies, not hate, can prevent violence in our society. So I will talk to you later.